Hi everyone, welcome back to Hoxco. Today we're going to do a video on different shapes of stones that you might see out there. These are a little more standard shapes, a couple oddball ones, but mostly standard ones. We're going to have a part 2 that goes over some other shapes and cutting styles. Starting off over here, we have a trillion, which is usually a triangle shape. It can have a little bit rounded edges and rounded corners too, but triangle is about right. Next to that, we have a cushion, which is same idea, rounded corners, rounded sides, but generally a square shape. Could be a little bit rectangular as well, but closer to square the better. And the cushion's cousin would be the princess cut that most of you have probably seen, but nice straight edges, nice sharp corners. It can be a little bit rectangular, but closer to square the better. My personal favorite here is the radiant cut, which it has similar cutting style to the princess cut on the bottom or pavilion of the stone, where it has more facets. Top of the stone or the crown, a little bit different. It's called a step cut up top there, so a little bit fewer facets. That step cut is very similar to the next two diamonds we got. Next to the radiant, we have this baguette, which is a little bit big for example for a baguette. Usually baguettes are accent stones that you'll see on the side of your ring. Baguettes are going to be nice straight, very sharp corners. They can also be tapered. They're a little bit wider at one side, narrower at the other. It's not what this one is. It'd be considered a straight baguette. Next to our baguette, we have an emerald cut, which, like I said with the radiant, is a step cut, so a little bit fewer facets. It'll either have cut off corners, unlike the baguette, where it's those straight corners there. Next to that, we have a marquee, a little bit bigger than the last few diamonds we've been looking at. Some people might call that a football shape, but not a football. That is a diamond. That is a marquee. Next to that, we have a heart, if it's showing up good or not there. Hearts are a tricky diamond, or a tricky shape to find that looks decent. Sometimes the cutters, they want to maximize the yield of the stone, so the hearts can be a little bit funny looking. That one isn't too bad. Next to that, we have a pear shape, or a teardrop shape, some people might call it. And then next to that, we have an oval, another very, very popular shape to see. And then last over here, we have kind of a history lesson to go over, but these are all, besides this one obviously, these are all rounds. This would be similar to a rose cut. It's not quite a rose cut, but very flat, very skinny. Those are very, very old diamonds. After that, you would have seen old European cuts like this one. The main difference between this and some of the modern diamonds is just preference and style. So these have what's called a culet, which is right at the crown or bottom of the diamond where it comes to a point. They would actually lob that off flat instead of letting it come to a perfect point. In between the two, I call this a transitional diamond. It shares some characteristics of the old European cut in our modern diamonds we have today. But face up, it looks very, very similar to our modern diamonds. And then this is the modern round brilliant cut diamond. Pretty much like it sounds, it's round. It's the best shape for diamond to show off the most light and looking good to your eye. Otherwise, that is it. We're going to have a part 2 going over some other cutting styles and shapes and whatnot as well. Join us for that. We'll see you next time.